team fight everywhere with the Dolia and a Lady Zen. But you know, Vitality, they have a lot less team fight, and you know, in the late game stages, team fights are almost everything.
Okay, it's funny that you say that because you're like, oh yeah, we just cover out the player names and then I'm still going to give the edge to Team Secret. But I think that what we didn't do is cover that Malaysian flag. And I think that the bias is showing at this point, Zero. No?
No, absolutely without bias.
No? Are you sure? Okay. All right. Nonetheless, we're into this one. It's going to be, of course, the first matchup. This is going to be game one. This is the knockout stage. Loser goes home. It's going to be a best of 5. This is going to be starting off very, very strong on this one. So it's going to be fireworks from minute 1, I believe. But which lane is probably the most volatile, Zero?
It's going to be very passive across all of these lanes. You know, you've got the Dirinjie and the Dolia, not really kill combinations. Marco Polo is as well. Meanwhile, the Kaiser isn't a hero that wants to roam a lot in the early stages of the game as well. Neither is the Jing. So the laning stages are going to be a lot more passive, even on both sides. Most of the action will probably be in this top lane, where a lane really wants to be asserting his dominance in the lane. But other than that, you know, 3-man rotations towards the top lane to maybe slow down the main or slow down the lane, we're not going to see too much action in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Okay, all right. Now I'm a little disappointed by that. I thought it'd be a little bit more. But I mean, okay. Which lane, though, has to have the highest one? Oh, the meteor kill. A little bit off the mark. Xuen, actually, whatever's back to safety. And if we're looking in the top lane, I mean, Team Vitality seem to be kind of prioritizing this top one here, as it looks like they've got the level difference. They've got the lanes that are pushing. I mean, is this the right lane for you? Well, the Invincible Warrior, going into this one. Xuan taking a lot of damage, but he's going to back off. He will be fine, though.
Yeah, that Clash lane is definitely where you want to put pressure, especially if you're Vitality. You want to stop the main getting to the mid lane, the mid game very comfortably, and that's why you see the Jing helping the main out so early on. She wasn't really fully focusing on farming. She was providing backup to her team, knowing that, hey, I just need to get this main to the 12-minute mark, and she's gonna carry the game for me. So good read from both sides. And it ended up really just being a trade of HP, and nobody's going home wounded.
Okay. All right. Now from Team Secret side, which of the players needs to really pop off? Really needs to control this game and just kind of take over? It definitely has to fall into the hands of the Jing and TNX and Long having to play together. They have been playing together for the longest of time in different rosters as well, so they definitely have that synergy with each other. They have to make their rotations with each other to get things done across the map. So for Team Secret side, definitely look out for how Long and TNX is moving across the map. Okay, all right, let's reverse it. Let's talk Team Vitality then. Which of the players here needs to have the best game ever to take this game 1?
That's definitely, it has to be Highland on a Shangguan. Shangguan early game, if you snowball, the game's over right there and there. If you get the Shangguan 3 kills in 8 minutes, you know that you're in for a rough time. But if they're able to punish the Shangguan every time she goes for an aggressive tower dive or an aggressive kill, then you know this hero really does fall off. He doesn't provide a lot if you're playing her from behind. And you know, Highland has had some good game, has had at least one good game on that hero, and that hero is not easy to play at all. So he definitely has, he knows that hero in and out. So it depends on how Team Secret is going to be able to shut her down.
Yeah, there's a huge skill cap on this one. The dash forward by TNX has shown in the mid lane, but it does have a bit of a level advantage. I mean, level 7 versus, okay, CT Boy just hit level 7 in return, so they'll just look to continue to push. But as you said, really not a whole lot of action in the first 4 minutes. It looks like the Tyrant is going to be started here. This is going to be scouted out.
So
the Ode is going to connect, and TNX will take the Tyrant, and that was very quick.
Yeah, 4 hero rotation downwards. Jing even had to use the ultimate to make sure that they are able to secure the first one. They got it very fast, and that's going to mean that it's just going to be a more passive gameplay after picking up that Tyrant. But Team Secret takes a slight lead for now in terms of the objectives across the map, but not by much. Like, here comes Highland going for a kill on towards Long. The damage, that was what exactly we're looking for. Highland trying to get that 3 kills in 8 minutes. He gets it off in a good start, getting a kill on towards Long.
Okay, but Benji, the support with the Verdant Protector, actually stole the kill. Your thoughts on that one? Do you kind of, slap the hand of Benji at this point for stealing kills, huh?
Well, it is a Yaria. You can't really... we talked about Highland needing to get some kills, but she gets killed She gets killed herself in towards the mid lane. Jing going in, getting a quick kill. Oh, CT Boy gets a nice kill on towards Xuan as well in the top.
The roaming
that's gonna be huge.
The Fevered Barrage is doing some work. Xian actually flashes away. He's going to be the Death at Sunset. Connects on onto the 3. Does the Meteor kill, and he does knock him up, but not enough damage. And TNX will limp away, but he will survive.
That was close for the side of Team Secret. They did not expect the rotation coming in from 90. And that was a good call from 90 as well, making that teleport towards mid and walk towards down, towards the bottom lanes, seeing that CT Boy has already top lane locked in and already pushed up. The tier 1 tower will fall for the top, so Vitality, they move their clash, but they don't lose too much farm on the Kaiser, and they managed to get the first tower of the game as well. That's going to bode well for them heading towards the mid game.
No, very good, right by Team Vitality right there. I think forcing it out. I mean, yeah, the Tyrant was taken or whatever, but you got more of the kills, and of course, taking that top T1 is super important. You've just kind of created some space. But one thing though would have been nice to have that Tyrant buff on to Shanks with the Marco Polo. I think the damage really accelerates at that point. But unfortunately, you got to just pick your battle, so to speak. And I think Team Secret came on top of that.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta, you gotta fight where you think you can win, and Vitality was also very patient. They didn't really try to force too many engagements, but mid lane, Elaine trying to go for 2 of their heroes. It seems like Jing might be in trouble. TNX trying to get out of there with the fancy footwork, trying to heal back up as well. Very low, 1 more hit, and Marco Polo gets the kill. Might be going for more as well. That might be the death. No, barely surviving is Xuan, and that means the tier 1 tower in the mid is in trouble as well. Vitality off to a hot start, getting 2 towers so early on. That also means that the jungle is in such a it's going to be such a dangerous position for Team Secret to traverse into.
Yeah, and Team Vitality really showing how to probably just take out objectives. It started with, 90 kind of going in and, attacking TNX and Sun. But in the top lane, 90 has been killed. You compliment him, and then he just goes down. So I guess that one's on me. My bad.
Caster's curse, it happens sometime. Oh, he walks, looks like the Shangguan walks into a ambush, but Highland was able to get out of there safely. So they did manage to get the tier 1 bottom tower as well, so Vitality is going to be very happy with that. Not losing any members, but mid lane might be where Team Secret wants to make a stand.
They're going to make a stand. I mean, the lane is pushing here. CT Boy still up in front. Of course, Shanks getting a lot of farm. Level advantage over Sun, something to take note of, right? I mean, Sun had died, so he does need to play a little bit of catch up, but Shanks having that Benji just kind of, basically just protecting you at all points, it just makes things a lot easier. But in the top lane, something to take note of, Team Secret, again, trying to make a rotation, trying to force it out. Maybe you take this Crimson Column. They will take this one. They do have the image, but on the backside, it looks like they've got 90. 90 actually went in too deep, tried to go 1 versus 5, not able to do. He's going to be killed, and it looks like they're going to back off here. They have the finishing stroke trying to go in, but it looks like Highland is going to be the first to fall in that one, and soon will die in return, so it's a 2 for 1 in favor of Team Secret.
Yeah, you never want that Shangguan to go in without any sort of backup. That means that all the damage will be focused on her, and she's not the tankiest of mages. In fact, most of the mages are probably very tanky as well. So 2 for 1 trade, ultimately, you still got the marksman from the side of Team Secret. Highland not gonna feel too happy about dying, but hey, at least he got something back, and that also puts them in a good position to fight for the next upcoming objectives.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take it at this point, right? I think it's still very early, just trying to get a little bit more farm onto, of course, Team Secret at this point. But now the Tyrant, this is going to be started here. It is going to be spotted out by Xuan. They will pull out the Tyrant here at half-life, something to take note of. Are they going to go in? And CT Boy will secure it, takes it down, and they really need that. But the Death at Sunset was committed, as well as the images, and I think they're going to disengage at this point.
A little too late for Team Secret to rotate most of the members in, and CT Boy held on to the smite very well, not allowing any opportunity. Oh, but bottom lane, Kaiser in trouble.
Oh, but the Invincible War keeps CT Boy alive. Again, Team Secret not able to capitalize, not able to get any kills off of that one. So that's pretty much the end of that.
I'm just gonna go down to a little more macro play, as most of these players are getting their next tier of items, getting towards that next power spike. We do see the Shangguan building more defensive. He's building more lifesteal, building more HP, trying to keep herself alive for a long time, not going for the full burst sort of item build that we do see the Shangguan go for sometimes. So he's playing more for a team, being the front line, opening up vision, going for snipes towards the back line, and also getting out in time.
Yeah, and they definitely need to do that. But Team Vitality forcing it out. They want to get as many Tyrants as possible. They're all the way in the front. Nighty's going to scout him out. Death and Sunset sees him. Does connect onto 3. They've already gotten the Tyrant. They've got the knock-up as well. And they're trying to kill Zijuan. But he's going to actually run off here. The Fever Barrage, but he went in too deep. And Shanks, oh, he was looking for the Verdant Protector. And Benji was not there to help support. And it looks like Benji is cheating on him as he's gone on to somebody, onto Highland instead. And Shanks is going to be like, bro, come on, keep me alive.
Yeah, he had absolute faith in his teammates, but that was still a little bit too deep, even with Benji supporting him. So had to pay this life, and also the first Shadow Overlord going towards the way of Team Secret. That's going to give them a bit more push, but oh, this is a dangerous fight here for Vitality. They don't have the members.
They don't have the members, but Nighty continue to stand forward. He's taking a lot of damage. He does have the meteor kill. He's doing some damage, but he's going to fall, and Soon will just happily take him up. But Benji does get Soon in return, so they've gotten something. That's a pretty decent trade. The farm lane for the Clash laner?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Vitality will be okay with that trade. Obviously, a lane is very strong in the late game, and you kind of want him to scale very well to the late game as well. But if you have to choose someone to fall, that's probably Benji first and 90 second would be the players that you'll be happy losing for a trade of their marksman. So Vitality still coming up ahead in that trade.
Yeah, I think Benji would disagree with your order of people dying, but no, as a team, totally makes sense, and that's actually what you want. But it's one of those things where, the Yarya is kind of like you're hidden behind other ones so that you're really not that frontliner that's going to die first, usually. So if Benji, obviously he needs to hit the right heroes, right teammates with that Verdant Protector, keep him alive, and I think that you really want to prioritize Shanks more than anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. You give him the extra EHP, the extra move speed and stun as well, so that's always going to be very important, especially for heroes like the Shangguan, like the Kaiser, like the Marco Polo, who always goes in deep to deal damage, and you need that a little bit more to survive. And we might see Benji being the difference maker between these heroes dying or not.
Oh, but Shanks sees TNX. He's going to image away. He's got the mirror. He steps away. The Resplendent Revolver's a little off the mark. The Invincible Warrior is going to be committed as well, but they're on the chase, and they're really not able to find anything. They have the knockup from the whatever from the Zhuan, but it looks like they're going to have to back off. They're in the zone. They're going to get out of the mirror domain. They've gotten Highland right where they want him. He's so low, but he finally gets killed. Zhuan does go in and gets the smash, and she gets serious with the Resplendent Revolver onto Soon. And it looks like they're going to take that one kill, and they're going to back off.
Yeah, that was such a bad fight for Vitality. Half of their movement was blocked off by the Lady Zen ultimate. So that means that they were kind of split up, and Highland was on the wrong side of the map and just got picked off there. That also allows Team Secret to start pushing towards this mid lane, but they should be able to stop the bleeding right there and then and stabilize the game from here.
Yeah, and through that all, while Team Secret is coming up on top, you're definitely feeling the momentum favoring in Team Secret right now. But net worth-wise, still behind. Team Vitality have done a great job of securing that farm, pushing it out and understanding how to take over the map. But this is still a time where Team Vitality cannot rest on their laurels. They need to continue to push. They need to be aggressive and take as much of the enemy jungle as possible. But Team Secret are finding ways to get back in this game.
Yeah, I think even with this network difference, it's still a very comfortable position here for Team Secret. They definitely can scale towards the late game with the Delia, with the Jing and the Main as well. But Vitality, they might want to ramp up the aggression, and they're gonna start that with this Tyrant.
Yeah, they're gonna start this one, and it looks like 2 members of Team Secret are already a little low. The Image is just doing some work, and CT Boy gets sliced and diced, and Zhuan will die in return. And it looks like Nighty's trying to draw a bead on TNX, not able to, or Yuan, excuse me, and he will fall again. A favored trade for Team Secret, 2 versus 1, and they're going to look to capitalize and turn this into a Tyrant.
Yeah, Jing played just so well, and I was able to get through the backline. Gets a kill onto his Benji as well, but that's going to be the kill going towards the Delia. They get the Shadow Tyrant as well, and here Team Secret starts to take the reins of the game. TNX, absolutely monster in those last 2 fights, and he's been really making things work here for Team Secret.
Yeah, and Benji was just like, hey, I listened to you, Cero. I died first in that team fight. I did my job, right?
Right? No, not really.
Okay, not in this case. But now this T2 mid is going to be sieged here. Team Vitality, all they can do is really watch. But again, the net worth lead has shifted. TNX makes a beeline for this Overlord, and they're just going to take every single objective at this point.
Yeah, they still have the Primal Bond debuff on them, so they're going to take a bit more damage, going to take a bit more time to finish off this this Overlord, but the rotations are not going to come in here from Vitality. So that's going to be the Shadow Vanguards being pushing out the waves there for Team Secret as they take a almost 1,000 gold lead at this point in time, and 10x is already nearly fully slaughtered right now.
Yeah, and Team Secret, this is a very strong showing by them. Like, it's one of those things where when you see them in the group where they were in the lead almost in every single game and just like dominated, this is the time where, hey, we face some adversity and how do we bounce back? And Team Secret, understanding that the macro level of this play, of just getting themselves back in this game, of controlling it, getting as much farm as possible, and just choosing the right fights. And this net worth lead is completely shifted in favor of Team Secret.
Absolutely. They are so good in playing from behind, and they're just saying, oh, Highland dropping down very low, has to pop the ultimate to get the hell out of dodge. Jing did use his mirrors as well, but not going to get too much out of that. So the Shadow Vanguard in the bottom lane will be cleaned up here, but CT Boy might be in some trouble. He's being knocked back. He pops his ultimate, trying to back off. Ladies and ultimate perfectly placed, but he's still very safe for now. Can he back off in time? Dropping down very low, trying to go for the kill. But looks like they're not going to overcommit for that. Team Secret might be chased off though, but Jing with the ultimate, the damage, just dissuading Vitality from moving any forward. And they will, in return, after all that, get the bottom tier 3 tower.
What a great fight by Team Secret there. Just understanding that, like, hey, we don't have to fully commit for this, but we do need to make it very uncomfortable for Team Vitality, where they can't actually team fight. They actually had to hide under their own T3, and through that all, they were able to siege it, and they were to take it out. That's exactly what you want as Team Secret, where, hey, it's not about the kills, it's about the objectives and taking that out, and taking that bottom T3 at the 16-minute mark is actually a pretty sizable blow.
That was a very clean move there from Team Secret. They lost no one. They got the objective that they were looking for. They did send the Vanguard over there, and they got everything they wanted. But oh, Kaiser going mano a mano against the Jing, has to pop the ultimate, but all on an island. He's gonna fall. TNX doing way too much damage at this point, and Vitality has to defend their base with 4 heroes left.
Okay, you know, City Boy is just like, hey, the skill name is called Invincible Warrior. Why am I not invincible against 5 guys? And he just dies right there. He just gets blown up against 5 people. Not going to happen here. And Team Secret, again, just finding another pick-off, making it very difficult for Team Vitality.
The saving grace right now is that Marco Polo is very, very farmed. He can deal a lot of damage from a very safe distance, and he can always go in and out as well. But speaking of in and out, there goes Shanks. He goes down, so does the Delia. Yaria, and they're gonna lose the tier 3 tower as well. This might be all over here for Vitality as Team Secret looks to strike first in the first game of the best of 5, and they will take down the Crystal and take the opening win in this series.
Yeah, Team Secret almost seemed like they were possessed. They were kind of